SingleTrack Session number 32 here in Ogden, Utah. Beautiful 22nd Street Trailhead in Studio 78.
Yeah, I like that
Repeat.
that reverb.
Yeah, I'm mixing that right now.
Yeah,
that wasn't me or anything.
No.
So bear with me. I'm dealing with some type of infectious cold gunk thing going on around right now.
Yeah, you sound good though.
So my voice, I've got the puberty blues in the voice. See,
Right.
there it is. So you'll see hear that once in a while. So I'm going to apologize up front. You can't poke fun at it either because I'm sensitive. But yeah, nice day in Ogden.
Yeah, it is.
Holy cow, it's beautiful out. Looks like we do have some rain and snow coming again this week.
Yeah.
But I don't think the snow is going to make much difference other than little moisture.
Exactly.
Because it's too warm to stick anywhere. Got a few things to talk about this week. Maybe first we'll go ahead and just briefly touch on our past episode, number 77, with Annie McDonald.
Yeah.
Great show.
It was. It was fun.
Super duper rad person, as we talked about. But a great story. Just so many interesting stories.
Yeah.
Things she's gone through in her life, ways she's rebounded, come through. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then her first 100, right?
That was fun.
That's
to hear
awesome.
about that.
So, yeah, crowd favorite, fan favorite, soon to be a Trail Manners favorite, I'm sure.
I think so.
Looking at the downloads on that show.
Yeah, she's crushing it, right?
So thank you, Annie, and thank you, Brad, her husband.
Her husband, for checking on us.
For checking in, make sure we're all groovy.
Right.
So, yeah, that was a great show. Not so sure 100% where we're going to be next Tuesday with our launch. Got a few things in the hopper.
Right.
Yeah, just trying to connect, make sure we're all lined up. Because now we've had some great shows in the past, had some lined up, and we have a lot of guests. It's just a matter of connecting with them.
Yeah, it is.
It's a tough time of year.
Yep.
Not just for them, but for Joel and myself. We got a lot going on.
Right. Spring break's coming up.
Yep, spring break. Plus, you're going to be probably getting more of the phone
Interviews.
podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good. That'll help sharpen up our skills on that.
Yeah.
Because that's hard because you can't see that person, so you don't get those cues, those body cues from them.
Yeah.
Right.
It is a lot more challenging.
Yep.
To try and not interrupt, to try and not cut somebody off, and know when it's time to talk. So we'll work on that. But we have a lot of awesome guests that we want to get on the phone. We're trying some new formats with that. So, and again, we've had a lot, obviously, of people here in our local area because it's easy to get a hold of them.
Right.
Great stories, great people, but we're always looking for people everywhere else.
That's right.
Because technology now with phones, they work pretty well.
Yeah, they do.
So we can try that out.
Yeah.
All that new stuff. So yeah, we're doing that, and now we can kind of get into some stories that we've kind of seen pop through because it is our junk drawer. And the first one came across is you people in Golden, Colorado got to be on the lookout.
I know.
We've got a most likely
Trail Rager.
Trail Rager. Yeah.
Road Rage, Trail Rager.
Trail Rager. So I don't know if he's fiddling around with some PEDs,
some PCP,
yeah,
some angel dust,
yeah, something like that. But yeah, so I was reading a story. I can't remember what it was in a bike magazine, but they posted on social media. So quick rundown: a trail runner attacked a mountain biker.
Yeah,
and by all accounts, there were three people involved in this story.
Right.
Obviously, we don't have the attacker's account because they can't find him. But
essentially,
what had happened is the dude was on a trail in Colorado, Golden area, I believe, with headphones.
Yeah.
Both ears.
Yeah.
And not obviously paying attention.
Sure.
So a biker came up behind him, wanting to pass. I guess made some noise. Hey, can I get around you?
Yeah.
Sounds like he was being courteous.
Yeah.
And the guy wouldn't move.
Yeah.
So then there's an oncoming mountain biker saying, hey, there's someone behind you trying to get by. So the trail runner steps aside.
Right.
And as the biker went by, the biker apparently shook his head. Like, geesh, didn't say anything, just shook his head. And then the trail guy got pissed.
Right.
Started saying stuff.
Yeah.
End of that story for a minute.
Right.
Well, it's a loop, I guess, on this trail. So the mountain biker was coming back.
Yeah.
And the trail runner said something like, oh, I remember you.
Yeah.
And basically grabbed him by the throat.
Yeah.
And threw him onto a boulder, started punching him in the face, in the head.
Oh.
And this is the account, and hopefully I'll post the link. And then started stepping on him and stomping on him.
Wow.
And then picked up the dude's bike and chucked it down the mountain.
Down the hill.
And there was so much damage to both rims that the guy had to walk his bike out.
Oh, man.
And the guy was thinking about confronting him, following him, taking his photo, but the guy kept looking at him, so the mountain biker's like, yeah, I don't want to get more involved here, right?
Right.
But the police supposedly were trying to track the guy, but he disappeared in a subdivision, is what this story said. So
he's got some issues.
Yeah, he was 6 foot.
I'm gonna say he's a road runner.
I don't know what it was, but man,
just masquerading as a trail runner.
Hopefully,
right?
You know what I mean? Because that just brings us to a good point. Like talk about just a lot of people wear headphones.
Yeah, I do.
We do it.
I do it all the time.
I use one earbud when I run. But still, just be aware.
Yeah,
around
you gotta be aware.
I don't care if you're running, walking, biking, got your dog with you.
Yep.
And don't get me started on dogs off leash, please.
Oh boy.
Because I struggle with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a crazy story. So hope the dude's okay and gets a new bike out of it and all the above.
Yeah.
But yeah, be careful in Golden. And see
even here in Ogden, you just see some dude's been rolling boulders down on people.
Oh, I saw that. He's been there was a mom and some
house.
kids. Yeah. So I'm gonna start stalking over there.
Yeah.
Get over there and see what's going on.
That's too bad.
He's got guts, and apparently he's done it more than once.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. He's gonna get caught. And
I
get
hope so,
stomped.
man. I hope so, because that's just stupid.
Yeah.
I don't even see the fun there.
No.
Like doorbell ditching when you're a kid or something fun. There's just nothing good there.
Well, there was some dude up in Boise that attacked, I think, a trail runner or a hiker on a trail just recently and shot a dog.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
There's no need for that. Someone messes with my
it's
dog,
spring,
they're going
man.
down.
Just all the weirdos come out in springtime, you know. They I don't know, man.
Just be safe.
Yeah, be safe. That's
what we always preach.
Right?
Let people know where you're at. Oh, be courteous, man.
Yeah.
You're in the wilderness.
Right.
You're in just, even if you're
like urban trails.
Yep, exactly.
That's where the creepers are.
Yeah, and you get a lot more traffic, so you got to be a lot more aware.
You do.
Right? So just be a good steward of the trails. Next up is an interesting article that I read on outsideonline.com.
Uh-huh.
And there was a lady, I'm going to post it, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but in 2014, this lady was doing a doctoral in student counseling psychology in Massachusetts. She wanted to learn more of the psychology of ultra runners, which is a rabbit hole that would just be interesting in itself, right? Because let's face it, there's not a lot of research or information on ultra running because it's still fairly new, right?
Yep.
So you don't have the marathon and all this other research.
Right.
And, it's not really funded. So anyway, she did it. She went to a race, 100-miler. And I'm going to read just some of it from it because it's kind of interesting because of what we talked about last week, why you run.
Right.
But her results are going to be published later this year in a dissertation called Over the Mountains and Through the Woods. Mm-hmm. Okay, so there'll be a link to this. But she noticed as the race progressed and the day transitioned to night, runners' thought transitioned as well. Weird, right? Shocker.
Yeah.
People noticed how long they'd been out there and doubt started setting in, she said. So amid the darkness, both actual and emotional, which went hand in hand, the runners who were able to embrace the suck fared better than those who resisted it.
Yep.
During the final push of the finish line, much of the thinking, she says, was robotic.
Right.
The runners are just out there.
Yeah.
So when she was reflecting on the race as a whole, she says, runners who appreciated the social nature and endeavor and those who were able to sit with and not fight their pain had the best days.
Yeah.
And then she said, thoughts of gratitude, realizing you're part of this broader ultra running community, that everyone is in it together, proved to be really common and important. There's also a notion of radical acceptance. When a runner accepts their pain, it's very freeing.
True.
You can be in pain without suffering. Pain is an objective sensation. The runners who are able to say, this dark spot won't last forever, do really well, which is obvious, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about
it.
Yeah, we've talked about it. And it says, it seems that staying calm and saving mental energy early on in the race, practicing gratitude and reflecting on community, and accepting instead of resisting pain during tough times can facilitate a better experience and performance.
Right.
And here's the catch of what we talked about last week. And, as in often the case, what's true in sports is true in life. She mentioned that these discoveries from the psychology of ultra running could be useful in other contexts, like when individuals are faced with workplace or even medical challenges.
Yeah.
Regardless of the situation, one's thoughts can make the difference in an experience. The quality of an experience is directly related to the quality of your thoughts.
That's right.
So, again, not huge groundbreaking for a lot of people out there that kind of do it, but it was interesting just of what we talked about last week on why you do this.
Right?
Yeah, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to post that link on online, so you can look at that. And also, I don't know, it's just kind of cool to coming out just after we talked about the why do you do it thing last week.
Right.
And how it correlates to everything else. So. And then how about this? We've talked about the beer mile. We've done the beer mile.
Yeah. Oh, that hurts.
Now the group's got the beer ultra.
That's dangerous.
It's in Wells this year.
Right.
It's a 50K.
Oh.
And you have 11 beers.
Oh.
Okay. So it's 10 loops. And each 5K loop, the runner must drink a beer.
Oh, my gosh.
At the end of the last loop, he must drink the last beer.
Yeah.
Total elevation gain, 6, 6, 6, 6.
Oh, perfect. That's awesome.
So the heck with the beer mile. Let's do the beer ultra.
No, thank you.
Dude, that would be Strugglesville.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
After 2 beers, I'd be napping.
Can you believe 11 beers?
No.
You'd be...
I've never drank 11 beers in one.
I have, but...
Never, like,
yeah,
no, never.
I have, and it was a long, long time ago in
Yeah.
a galaxy far, far away. And to be honest, don't even have a lot of recollection of the event.
Yeah.
You know? So
Oh,
that's just crazy, though.
I know.
I don't know if you
It's
burn enough to where maybe you don't feel as buzzy or silly.
I don't even want to try.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't either.
I mean, that's ridiculous. 11 beers.
That's a lot. In a 50K with, not a ton of elevation.
Wonder what the dropout rate's going to be.
Well, I imagine it's going to be a
Be
pretty
pretty
high
high.
DNF,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
But the bad thing, when someone DNFs, they're going to sit there and just drink beers.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
There's
so
going to be a lot of guys passed out at the
yeah,
finish
it's
line.
going to be a beer fest.
Yeah.
So I hope they got a place where runners can drop their keys.
Yeah, exactly. You need a DD for that one for sure.
Not in a little jar and see who you go home with or anything.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's pretty cool. And speaking of races, we got the one that's just taken America by storm the last couple of years more than ever, Barkleys.
Yeah,
right?
That's this weekend, isn't it?
So that's coming up, and I still, and I know there's probably a way, but I don't know all the entrants. So it's just basically through social media, hearing, seeing, blah, 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 blah.
Right. Who's gonna race it?
But some have been more vocal than others, so like
right.
Gary Robbins.
Yeah,
he was in.
Yeah,
you knew he was in. Jamil
Right.
Curry.
Yep.
Mike Wardian.
Yeah, he just ran like a sub-3 marathon,
something weird,
just like the other day.
Brandon Stepanovich from Colorado. John Kelly, who's run it and got into 5.
He kind of knows the course.
But yeah, it's interesting. So I was looking at some predictions through people, and of course we check out iRunFar because I always have such great coverage. And there's people saying no one's going to finish this year.
Why is that?
I don't know. They just said no finishers. Just a guess.
Because of the course.
I don't know what the weather's like because it seems like it's been gnarly off and on lately.
Yeah, it has.
So I don't know, but I mean, you got some veteran runners out there. Jamil Curry, if he can get his legs healed up from his old poison ivy thing, he just poison oak or whatever he ran across that jacked him up.
Yep.
Wardian, he's not known to be some mountain.
Does he know the course?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I saw him. He was out training on the course. I know you're not supposed to, but I think he was out there running on the course a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
Robbins knows the course.
Robbins, John Kelly. I mean, there's people.
Kelly knows that course. Good.
Yeah, and then that Brandon Stepanovich. He's a mountain dude. So, but again, I mean, it's a different ball game once you get there. So, it's going to be interesting. There's some people that were saying Jamil Curry won't make a half lap. Someone that he knows, so he was talking about it on Mountain Outpost. People are saying Wardian might get 2 laps.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. You never know. And I don't know the women they're in this year.
I don't either.
I mean, it's just hard to find.
There's no list.
Yeah, there's no ultra sign-up sheet on
Jenna Lynn was in, but then she dropped out.
Yeah, medical.
Yeah, medical
struggle.
reasons.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We're definitely going to follow it. There won't be coverage from iRunFar, but I'm sure there's people there going to be tweeting and hooting and hollering.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as in-depth this year, coverage-wise. Doesn't seem like it.
Well, they've asked it not to be.
Right.
Because last year they had such an influx.
It was over the top last year.
And it was like, putting the race in jeopardy, whether people going out to train or just people wanting to go see the course on a vacation or whatever it might be. So yeah, I mean that race, there's comes with it, man. There's good and bad when people start knowing about you.
That's right. When you have a documentary made about you,
yeah,
and it's on Netflix.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, right.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna.
You can't say no. Don't come out here.
Yeah.
Let's be smart about that.
But, I mean, it is kind of... And, again, it's not just the ultra running community because generally ultra running, trail running community is pretty understanding of stuff. But, again, like Joel mentioned, on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
And there's people that just... It intrigues them. And, just like... What was the other one that was so big? The one that blew up everything is the... Holy crap. Tarahumara...
Born to Run. That book.
Yeah. I mean, that just blew things completely out of the water.
It did. You had, like, obscure relatives going, did you read that book?
I know. Do you eat rice and pinto
do you
and
eat chia seeds? Chia seeds.
Yeah.
That was it.
Do you run barefoot?
Yeah.
I'm like,
no.
No.
And I've tried chia seeds, and I had the in the bushes explosive moment one time.
I had to run with a toothpick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that too.
Crap out of my teeth, man. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was a big boom. Obviously, podiatrists had an increase in.
Yeah, they did. Physical therapists.
Because everybody's going back to, hey, this is how we were born.
That's right. I'm like, give me some 5 fingers and Go run an ultramarathon without getting used to them.
Yeah, flip-flops. Just get used to it. Just get used to it. I think that's what Joel says. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens at Barkleys this year.
Yeah.
Next, the other one, which the Georgia Death Race.
That's got a good name.
I just love the name of that, man. It reminds me like some old school B movie or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You think John Wayne's going to show up the running his chaps?
Yeah, start snipering people.
Yeah.
But 68 miles, and it's a Western State golden ticket race.
Yep.
And there's competitive. There's some names out there. And I honestly don't know a ton about the course. I know it's 68 miles. It's the longest one for a golden ticket. But I don't know. I mean, Georgia Death Race to me seems like it should be like Barkleys, but in Georgia, just by the name of it. But I'm honest, I don't know a lot about it. But, we have some runners, some local. Carl Meltzer's going out.
Yeah.
Dominic Layfield, who I know has moved.
So do you think Carl's going out to get a golden ticket, or is he just going out because it's on the Appalachian Trail, kind of?
I don't know.
Because he has an affinity for that now.
I don't know, because that's a good question, to be honest with you, for me anyway. Just because, what he did last year, I sat and talked to him in his yard.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, I'm going to take some time off. We know how it takes your body to recover.
Yeah.
Right, on crazy stuff. Scott Jaime, when he did the Colorado Trail.
The Colorado Trail.
And we've seen people with adrenal fatigue and their body jacked up and everything else. And I don't know how well he's recovered.
Some time off, hasn't he?
He's been super under the radar.
Yeah, I mean, playing lots of
croquet in his yard.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, even though he's getting older and things,
if he can hit the right race,
it's hard to bet against him. You know what I mean?
If he hits the right race, he's going to get it.
And that's why I said I don't know the course, and I should have done research. But if it's a flatter course, then I'm saying probably not.
No.
But if it's some mountainous, some stuff,
if it's rolling,
he's
get
in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dominic Layfield, he's a stud.
But he's already in Western,
he's in,
right?
Yeah, so he's in. So basically what happens, if you finish the top two, but you're already in, it just apparently falls to the next person, because there's some women that are already in too,
right?
That are running it.
Yeah, I guess a training run for those guys.
Or it's a cool race.
Yeah,
they wanted to run. Dominic Grossman for the men, and then Bob Shebest is doing it. And this is his third attempt, right? This year.
You're just pulling for the guy now.
Yeah,
come on, dude, get it.
He's just chasing it.
Plus, he's got a good last name. I like that last name.
Shebest. On the women's side, it's pretty stacked. I don't know all the women in it, obviously, but Pam Smith, Leslie Lapierre is on.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's should be pretty cool. And like Joel said, it's pretty tough to beat the name of that race.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
Georgia Death Race.
I like it.
So that'll be an interesting one. So hopefully we'll have some Barkley to catch up on next week and some Georgia Death Race.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And, we're always looking. If there's races we should be looking at or following, let us know.
Yeah, we like to cover the big ones because it's just like this general rule of thumb when you're a trail runner that you're going to talk about these.
Or you're going to follow them on Twitter
you will.
Talk about it on your next training run. Because there's a lot of races around here. I mean, there was Monument Valley last week.
Yeah.
We got Zion's coming up in a
good weather.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
So there's just a lot of races all over the place.
Right.
I mean, I went on Ultra Sign Up, and it blows my mind. Races everywhere. There's races I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
And I like to think I'm in the know on at least the name of a race.
Yeah. I know.
I know not much about it. But.
Right.
Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, the Miller boys, right?
Yeah.
Joe mentioned that.
So what happened? Do you think Nike is disbanding their race team? Did you read any more about that?
I didn't.
I haven't either.
I didn't read much. I just what you mentioned.
That was my first thought. Was like, we lost another trail running team.
It's for me just being on the trail, like being part of the Pearl Izumi team, right?
Right.
Knowing the back end of that, it didn't surprise me.
Right.
That went away.
Yeah.
Nike would surprise me. Just because of how much, it's like they have disposable money over there at times.
I mean, how would you let go of one of your top athletes?
I know,
right? Unless he wanted a lot of money.
Yeah, or he didn't like the shoes, or there was a difference of opinion, or
but if you don't like the shoes, why would you go to North Face?
Yeah, because
it's not like they have a track record of making good trail shoes.
And maybe they got enticed saying, "Hey, we want you to help us design a shoe." I know athletes enjoy doing that. I don't know.
I don't think they have a good track record of making strong shoes.
Well, I know that I can't remember which one, because Andrew and Zach Miller went to North Face, basically, and I don't know which one that I'd read about, but one of them was supposed to be making an announcement about it.
Right.
But it was kind of funny that the picture he used to make the announcement.
Oh, he had the Hoka bib.
Yeah, the Hoka bib. So it kind of confuses you a little bit.
I know. I seriously thought he was going to Hoka. I was like, well, that would totally make sense for him to go to Hoka.
Yeah, especially now when I watched that Mountain Outpost thing, and they said the same thing.
Exactly.
I'm like, well, Jamil knows, right? I mean, he's in the know.
He is in the know.
But if they go to North Face, and I'd like to see why. And may not be 100% truthful, but it gives you a reason why he might have left.
I'd like to talk to somebody about the business of this, because I think it's crazy interesting.
Yeah.
You know, why athletes leave and go. And I mean, if they don't want to give us all the information, that's fine. But I'd like to know a little bit more about that.
Yeah. And like I said, I was involved in it, I don't know, 5 years ago maybe.
Right.
And
it's
I know money,
dramatically.
and money was a big difference then for sure. And that's why, Pearl lost some athletes was one of the, because the athletes loved the shoes.
Yeah.
But it was a money based, and I understand, you know, when you're talking this against that, but it, like Joel mentioned,
about Nike. Nike's got money.
Yeah. Because it's changed a lot, right?
And I'm sure that their trail stuff's selling well.
Oh yeah, yeah. And they've had athletes, not just those guys, but have done well in trail running.
They have. They did really good last year.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe they're putting all their eggs into the sub 2 mile 2 hour marathon that they're doing that program, right?
So much money's gone into that. It's crazy.
Maybe they're like, we got to take from the trail to feed this one.
Yeah, exactly.
I just, I tell you what, why don't you take some money from some of your soccer guys over in Europe, and then you get fun remodeling my bus too. So I'll put a swoosh on the side of this sucker.
I'd like to know why Andrew left Salomon.
Yeah, because Salomon athletes.
The dude won Western States.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be. It would be nice to get into their heads a little bit.
I'd like to know a little bit more about that.
Yeah. It would be super cool to kind of get a better idea of what's going on.
But now, I mean, North Face has got Miller time, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 boys.
Dude,
it's Miller time.
They could rock that.
They totally need to go off on that.
Some ads, Facebook, social media.
Oh, man, they need
to get a little squirrely. Don't say always correct. Just get a little squirrely.
Yep.
The silver bullets. Oh, that's Coors.
That's
Sorry.
Coors, yeah.
Dang it.
Coors sucks.
Yeah, dang it. So is Miller.
So is Miller, yeah. No, but those Miller boys, they're really good runners. They're nice boys.
M squared. Get their own jerseys. Own Letterman's jacket with a big M on it.
That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool.
So it was some kind of interesting news because it's pretty late in the calendar year to be
switching teams
or announcing stuff. It's usually done November.
If Nike keeps their team around, I mean they got the Pixie Ninja on there, and I think they've got like David Laney.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure who else. They got maybe a couple other dudes. That's it.
Yeah.
That'd be bummer. I'm not a big Nike fan.
Yeah.
But it'd be bummer if they disbanded their team, right?
Yeah.
It just means that we're having less and less of an opportunity for sponsored runners. But Under Armour's coming on. You see that?
They're getting like a mountain series race, and they've come out with I saw some shoes at the run event 2 Decembers ago.
Yeah.
Didn't look into them too much, but they've got a lot of money.
They do. They got a lot of disposable income, and they could make a big entrance into the market. Because
who's the big players in the trail, like for athletes? You got Salomon, obviously. Ultra. They've got a lot of athletes.
Oh, yeah, they do. They've got, and then Hoka.
Hoka, obviously.
Well, I mean, right now, you got to be honest. The Hoka's got probably the best team.
Yeah.
And then Salomon's got. They're
right there.
They've got a handful of top tier runners.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ultra has a handful of good runners.
Yeah. And they've just Ultra. They scare me, just with how much they've been dropping. Sponsoring races.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
They're everywhere.
They are everywhere.
And I don't know, maybe that'll catch up with you.
It's kind of like Montreal back in the day, right? They spread themselves too thin.
And now they're Columbia.
Yeah.
Montreal.
Yeah, Columbia doesn't have a team.
Yeah.
Right.
And they barely got a Twitter account now.
Yeah. Right.
So that's kind of the big. I mean, North Face has some athletes.
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
do. But we know the history that those athletes don't particularly like their shoes.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what happened to Patagonia.
Yeah, exactly. Patagonia doesn't have a team anymore.
Yeah, and they kind of did the same thing. They came out of that shoe line and didn't really do much with it.
No, they just didn't have the resources to put towards it, I don't think. Vasque, I don't think that they really have a team. I mean, Christy's on pretty much the only person on it, I guess.
Yeah, she's kind of her own team.
Yeah, she is, which is cool.
In a lot of ways.
She's allowed to do that. She's been around long enough.
Who are the other big players in the run? You got Brooks.
Yeah, but
you don't see a lot because Jurek was like the main guy for Brooks.
But I mean, they sell a ton of Cascadias.
They used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you they still do.
Yeah, I was talking to this retailer and they said it's a shoe you have to have on the wall.
Right.
But sales have definitely gone down.
Have plummeted.
Because they keep changing it so significantly year after year.
I thought they were pretty consistent with it.
No, they've changed. They said since 7. I guess they're at 12 now.
Yeah.
So between 7 and 12, I guess the fit and feel has changed like dramatically.
Oh, that's too bad.
Like 1 through 7 was kind of consistent colors, maybe adopt a new outsole, whatever.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, if you got something that works, you just kind of have to stick with it.
If you got a winner, don't kill it.
Small changes, right? Yeah, I guess I can't think of Innovates, but they're not like huge.
East Coast.
They're not huge in our market.
Yeah, huge in the East Coast.
Is trying to
they're
make
trying.
that run.
Yeah, they're
right?
trying. You know, they got
a handful of really fast guys.
And they got Turtle.
They got Turtle
on that back end.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty interesting stuff. And then speaking of Salomon, boy, they really put their right foot in, huh? So to say, with this drug testing.
Yeah, that's cool to see, huh?
So Salomon athletes, they're going to pick 16.
Right.
And they're going to do drug testing this year, and they're going to publish it.
Yeah.
And show it. And so
that's cool. I'd like to see what the results come out of that, huh?
Yeah, and they said they're going to make it transparent.
Yeah.
I don't know the...
Can you imagine if one of their big dogs got dinged?
I hope not.
You know, I mean, it's not because that they're trying to cheat, but maybe that there's that inadvertent. I took some supplement.
My trainer rubbed that on my leg.
Yeah, no, I think it's more. I think what you're finding more is that, you know, even though that they're sponsored by a supplement company, you just never know what's going on in the manufacturing process. And I can say this because my wife worked at a place,
and we know Robert Coons really well.
And if they don't clean their stuff well, it gets contaminated.
Yeah.
And if they bring in something from China that hasn't been vetted, it gets contaminated. Yeah. So you can get dinged pretty easy.
Well, and good thing on that, we talked to Robert Coons from First Endurance.
Right.
And he shut down production. He shut down product because he would go to the facility and it wasn't up to what he...
Yeah.
Because he's got, Tour de France athletes.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to be super careful there.
Yeah, you do.
So, yeah, I mean, I agree. I hate to see when a runner, and thank goodness it hasn't been like who we consider trail ultra big names, right? But I hate to see when a runner comes out, they're doping. In the trail running side.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's just not the fun like on a road race, right? Exactly. I just hate to see it because it just, I don't know, rubs me the wrong way.
Speaking of road cheaters, did you see in California a couple of bandits got busted?
I did. I was watching Jamil
so
on Mountain Outpost.
Some marathon.
There was a marathon.
It was a marathon. I guess it was a couple, it seemed like. And they totally made the bib look like that race bib.
Oh.
They put some serious thought into this, and they ran, excuse me, the whole race, got busted at the end.
And they
laughed. The race officials busted them at the end.
Yeah, and then they laughed about it.
Laughed
said,
about
we do it all the time.
All the time.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
I guess they have some ultra sign-up results.
Yeah, all over in the Bay Area. It was what
so
it looked like.
They're known bandits, and they have no respect for
anything.
For anything.
Really. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see them. You tell you what, you'll never be invited to a Trail Manners trail race.
No way.
We'll X you.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll let you sign up. We'll take your money, and we'll tell you no refunds. That's how bad I want to hit them.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Don't waste our time.
Sorry, you can't have that $35 back.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We need that.
Yeah, for beer.
Yeah.
Gas.
We need that for our gas money. But yeah, that's pretty cool that they're stepping up on Salomon, and I really wouldn't be surprised if other companies tried that. I think it's an expense thing that might be.
Yeah, it's totally expensive.
It's not a cheap deal,
right?
So it would be cool to kind of see some of those other ones.
I'd like to see Hoka do it. I think Hoka can do it.
Yeah,
and Ultra might be able to do it. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see. You don't have to do it.
We're down to three big teams now.
Really? Yeah. I mean, you still, we mentioned, there's some outliers with some solid athletes.
Right.
But, I mean, if there's, the three, right, that people always talk about.
Yep.
Hitting, Hoka, obviously, for where we're at, it's huge.
Right.
Ultra is right up the street, so they're huge. And then Salomon's right down the street.
Yeah, I mean, North Face is it's big, right?
Yeah.
It's got big names on it.
Yeah.
But if you look at product-wise, it's not something I think I'm going to go down and get myself a pair of North Face shoes.
See, and I don't feel even apparel-wise, I don't look at to me anyway as trail running gear. And I know they have it.
Yeah,
I've seen it. It's good. They got great. I have North Face apparel. Right. But I don't. When I'm thinking, I need some new trail running shorts. Yeah. I don't think North Face.
I immediately think Patagonia.
Yep.
I like Rabbit.
Yep.
And then if I can find some Pearl Izumi.
Yep.
I'm going to get those.
That's the only three shorts I have in my. I have one pair of North Face shorts because they're REI for super cheap. They're red.
There you go.
But I'm saving those for a special day because they're sexy.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, I'm the same with you. Those are kind of the three, I think. And even shirts. I've been looking at shirts to run in. I've got me some Patagonia.
Yeah, I got the Gooch.
I've got the Gun Show from Rabbit.
Yeah.
And I got some PI shirts.
Yeah, me too.
And some Trail Manners shirts.
I think I got a couple of ASICS shirts just because they're cheap and they're Trail Manners. Yeah,
that's the ones I've got. But that's the ones I really look at. I have some Ultra tops that are pretty cool.
I do too, but those were like first run things, and they fit weird.
Yeah.
And I think that they've kind of improved their fit now.
Yeah. Hoka's just came out with their apparel line.
That's
that looks
true.
pretty cool.
It does look pretty cool, especially the hoodies.
Yeah, the hoodies look really rad.
Oh man, those hoodies look tight.
But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, that's kind of the go-to apparel.
But then you have kind of like that, like the second tier and the lower level stuff, and not lower as in the quality's bad. It's just you don't think about like Rabbit or like locally here, Run. They just came out with a tank top. Did you see that?
RUHN.
That looked good.
It looks real. I like that little racing stripe on the back. I saw that.
I was like, I need one of those.
I do too. I love that racing stripe. Super rad. But yeah, so that's a lot going on that way. What else we got? Ricky Gates is still crushing that Trans-Americana, paddleboarding and sleeping on docks, and to be a fly on the wall with that whole trip, man.
Oh man, the conversations he's had with some of those
it's
yokels
amazing.
Down there.
That, you know what though? That scares me.
It scares me too because I used to live down there.
He could disappear.
I know that. That's scary.
Yeah, one day he's going to quit posting and go, damn it. We better call Criminal Minds.
Hopefully
CSU.
he has a spot tracker on him.
I know, something, because, he's braver than I am.
He is.
I'd be, like, so scared.
Oh, yeah.
I'd banjos and everything else.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. So he's doing well. Didn't get a new
turtle
tracker weight-wise, so it makes me think he's off the wagon for a week.
He might be.
So, Turtle, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Then quickly, hopefully, with this cold, it's really frustrating because it's hard to breathe, but I might be headed down to Goodwater Rim this weekend.
There's a lot of people going down this weekend.
Do a quick run down there. Haven't been down there yet.
I think a bunch of people from the Wasatch Wranglers are going down there.
Yeah.
I got a soccer game. Not me, but my little boy does. So I got to go watch seven-year-old soccer.
Joel's playing a 7-year-old soccer game.
I'm going to crush him.
He's going to go for the
That's right.
trophy.
That's my comeback.
He's coming. We're going to have that on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's got to shave pretty hard, though, first.
Yeah, I gotta find somebody to help me with my birth certificate.
Oh, don't. There's people out there.
I know, right? Let me see your birth certificate.
Let's see. So, and then the other thing that we love to touch on is we did the Where Did Your Feet Take You?
My new favorite thing now.
Oh, yeah. It totally is for me.
I kept waiting for you to post it. I was like, when's that guy going to post it?
I love doing it like on a Sunday evening.
Yeah, I know you do, but I was like, hurry up, man. I need to see these pictures.
Did yard work all day. So, first one we had, I think, come through was Matt Van Horn.
Yeah.
He had one Mount Olympus.
Yeah, he was jumping.
Jump pose.
Kind of silly, too.
It was awesome.
That is not a Matt Van Horn normal picture, right?
That was awesome.
Usually kind of grumpy face.
Yeah, it's got dude, his beard, he rocks the beard.
Yeah, he's got a solid beard right now.
I like the beard.
Yep.
That's a huge look for him. Simon Hodgson again.
Yeah,
dude's
our boy
killing it from Sydney.
Australia.
He's at Malabar Headlands. I just want to go down there.
I do too.
He keeps showing these photos, and it's an ocean and pretty stuff.
Go hang out the ocean and go at the Blue Mountains and run?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Have some food.
Sure.
Pet a kangaroo.
Yeah, those things kick.
I know, but if you could sneak up on him.
Dude, he's got a big tail. He's going to whip you.
I just grab it. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's going to go real good. We need to take a trip down there so I can watch that.
YouTube that.
Yeah.
Kurt Stein still killing it.
Yeah.
He's got the best stuff, man, because he's got the perfect grumpy face all the time.
He does, right?
He's like, I'm happy.
Have you seen him without a beard?
Yeah, some of his old stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recognize him.
I wouldn't either. He's got such a baby face. He looks so much better with the beard.
Turtle Miller even posted a photo and said, "Suck it, Northern Utah."
Yeah, which I love.
But I'm trying to figure out why right now.
I know. It's perfect up here.
Oh, my gosh. It's green.
Green and the trails are tacky.
The Wedge, San Rafael Swell, some more Mount Olympus. You posted one from the BST.
That's like the iconic picture of the BST right now. That intersection with those flowering trees going off.
Yep. We had a lot from the Ogden area. Marty Harward, Jump Off Canyon, which is where I've been running a lot. Monument Valley 50.
Oh,
some
looks
photos
so pretty.
there. Kokopelli Trail again.
Yeah.
We're rocking that. Moab Behind the Rocks. They had that race this weekend.
Yeah, that's
Justin
right.
Ricks put on. They've got some of that. And then Peter Van Horn. Cedar River
I was
Trail.
surprised.
Yeah.
I was really surprised that he posted that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Ann in Idaho Falls with her dog. Love that. Leon Lutz with Appalachian Trail in Pennsylvania.
That's right.
He was off trail.
He was off trail.
Lane Bird on the BST.
Yeah.
Cameron Kershaw, Helena, Montana.
Yeah.
And then Turtle had to chime in.
So I sent an email to Cameron because he was going to bring me some beer.
Yeah.
At Zion, because I'm not doing Zion.
You're not doing the race?
I'm not doing the race.
Okay.
I had too much beer and too much ice cream over the winter and not enough time on my feet. And I just don't want to do that anymore as far as like going into something undertrained. Yeah, exactly. I've done it before and it hurts like hell. So I'm not going to be doing the race. I'll be down there.
You're going down?
Yeah, we're going to be down there hanging out. I don't know if we're going to be in Zion on Friday or Saturday, but we'll be there hanging out exploring.
That's awesome.
Playing.
Great place to play and explore. So yeah.
So Cameron, don't bring me beer.
Yeah, Joel emailed you.
Yeah.
Cool picture from Dana Miller, Mud and Guts Miller, Badwater.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So do you think he's actually out there right now?
I don't know. I mean, people are. Corey Reese is out there.
Because of the Super Bloom, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That'd been fun to go to.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But it'd have to be cool, though, literally. Military Reservation, Boise, another Monument Valley from Lee Moss, the Wedge, Ryan Delaney, who I met.
Right.
Kelsey Bingham paste on Malins.
Yeah, I saw her. I saw her that morning.
Katie Barney, Mount Wire picture is ridiculous.
I don't think I saw that.
Oh my gosh, it is so cool.
Is it?
Mountain range after mountain range.
I haven't
Beautiful
done Wire.
photo.
That's another thing we need to go do.
Yeah.
Just run Wire.
Go run with some of those Wrangler guys. Have them show us around.
I know.
Nate Reese, St. George.
Yeah.
Jason had the Hat Run 50K in Maryland.
Right
That
on.
looked pretty cool. Another Behind the Rocks, Randall Clare.
Right.
City Creek in Pocatello.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Ozanik. He had a great photo. He has a flat tire in Arizona. That was a good one. Jeff Fulmer, Idaho Falls again. Richard Allen. He's regular in Missouri.
Yeah.
Rachel, Hanging Rock, North Carolina.
Ooh, I've
Your
been
old
there.
stomping grounds, right? Debbie, local, she was in Oregon. Picture of the ocean.
Picture of the ocean, yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Some more Monument Valley, Salt Lake City, Jeremy Ranch, Utah, Mueller Park, Boise Foothills, Chambers Creek Canyon Park. Not know where that is, but it's that was a good one, little video. So yeah, ton of them.
That's right.
Ton of them.
Oh yeah,
in.
so I think was that from
Juanita?
Yeah, is she a Georgia girl?
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe that's where it is then. It didn't say. It just said the location. So yeah, more killer photos,
I
man.
love seeing those.
But you got to go look at the one that I mentioned from
Wire.
Yeah, wow, that is so cool.
Yeah,
man, that was a great shot. So yeah, that wraps that one up. And then just real quick, we still got stuff going on for the Gib Wallace race.
Yep.
Me and Joel are working feverishly behind the scenes. We're about a month out.
Yes, we are.
So yeah, there's still spots available for that.
Right.
Film night's just going to be ridiculous. So
you're
definitely not going to want to miss that. Help us out. You got a few more days, folks, for the 25% off on the Trail Manners store.
That's right, 1 or 2 days.
Yeah, so you're running low on, it's Trail Manners 2.5.
Yeah,
but
make sure you put the 2.5 in there.
Yeah, you're running a little low on inventory, but there's still some there.
Yeah.
So let's help us get rid of that.
Get
so
in
we
there.
Can bring more in.
Gobble it up.
Because we do have some coming in, but there's some more we want to bring in. That makes sense. And I think one thing that gets overlooked is we have a donate button.
Yeah.
We haven't seen something on there for a while. So there's that.
That's true.
If you don't want gear, or if you've got all the gear.
Yes.
Or you know what? You're like, dude, I got to move some of this money around so my accountant doesn't see it.
I know, right?
So you can send it our way.
We'll
put it to
not
good use.
Non-profit.
Yep. We're not.
But we're not for-profit either.
Really.
We just are.
We're a new company. It's called Staying Afloat Profit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's
Staying
where we're
afloat in beer.
Yeah. So yeah, if you need to move some of that around,
we can help you.
Yeah. Think about us.
Yes.
We'd be happy to hide that from you forever.
And your significant
and
other.
whoever else is involved.
Yeah, we won't tell your significant other either.
Yeah. The man comes after you. Just chuck it our way. We don't know anything about it. So that's it for this week.
Yeah.
Hope you guys get out and a run. And again, look Sunday because we'll be posting again. Where'd your feet take you? We want to see more photos.
Exactly.
More cool locations. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to throw yourself in that photo.
No, I like to see
a photo of your, a little quick selfie.
Yeah, that's
or
fun.
even if you got some Trail Manners gear, always love to see that. We'd love to see that out there. Stickers, even whatever you got.
Right.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. Got some running to do this weekend, and the show on Tuesday. Right?
We do.
We just got to figure out which route we're
which guest is going to be next week.
Route we'll go on that one.
Right.
So I think that's it for us. Don't forget to hit our store again. Help us out. Come on, help us out. Push us to the limit.
Yep.
Let us sell out, and then that's it.
I think so.
Good week. All right. Thanks for listening to Trail Manners Podcast, SingleTrack Session number 32. Lots of shout outs. Thanks for your support. We'll talk to you next week.